So we've got baby Thanos, or Thanos Light here, seeking refuge with the Inhumans. That, as Beast just said, might be the catalyst we need in the fight against Thanos. We might be able to get some insider information, or even better, a weapon that could defeat Thanos.
Oh, hey there! How are you doing? Because I'm currently hanging out on the moon with the Inhuman royal family, and I'm totally trying not to freak out.
Yeah, well then don't look at the guy with the flaming skull in front of you. That might peek you over the edge. Aren't you an Inhuman too?
Well, yeah, but I'm an Inhuman who lives in Jersey City. These are Inhumans who live on the moon. There's a big difference.
Do you have any relation to the royal family?
Not that I know of. But I do have their poster on my bedroom wall.
And you know, they say we're connected to everybody in history through our ancestors, so maybe in some way you are. Why don't you move to Attilan to be with your people?
Because I have school, and the commute from the moon to Jersey kinda stinks. Ooh, unless they're willing to loan me Lockjaw on weekdays.
You should definitely look into that.
I'll get right on it. You know, once our current universe-shattering dilemma is all wrapped up.
And I'm sure you have some very important homework to finish as well.
Sorry about all the craziness here. Family, am I right?
Yeah, I'm sure Ghostrider knows all about that. Well, actually, I suppose depending on which Ghostrider you're talking about, he actually does. But speaking of which, what's the deal with yours?
They're a bit intense, but they mean well. Black Bolt and Medusa do whatever it takes to keep Attilan safe. Even if it means they sometimes forget about everyone else.
Why did you choose a different path?
I didn't really. Sure, I may be a bit more willing to reach out and help my fellow heroes, but at the end of the day, I'm still an Inhuman. We'll always stand together.
Except whoever is attacking the royal family, right?
Yeah, well, there is that.
Yeah, well, every family has its bad apple, its rotten egg, its black sheep. Or in Black Bolt's case, the strong silent types. Attilan is under attack from within, Your Majesty. If you have any idea who could have wounded Gorgon or turned those creatures against us, now is the time to speak up. Ghostrider, do you want to go back to hell again? Stop poking the bear. Oh right, the whole voice that shatters mountains thing. Never mind. I wonder what Black Bolt generally thinks about people sometimes. Let's ask Medusa, because she can actually read his mind.
My deepest apologies. Attilan was built to be a safe haven.
Yeah, we'll just ask the X-Men. That never lasts too long. Clearly someone thinks otherwise. They hurt Gorgon and attacked us with whatever those things were.
Alpha Primitives. They were a subclass of the Inhuman race, performing labor and other menial tasks.
So they're slaves?
That is a harsh way of putting it. The Alpha Primitives merely do what they were designed to do.
I believe I read somewhere that the Inhumans are actually originally created by a higher being to be slaves to the higher being. Like they re-altered the DNA of like primitive humans to be their slaves, and that's how the Inhumans were born. So it kind of seems fishy they're doing the same thing. Well, it seems like they're on strike, and any idea who might have convinced them to rise up?
I have my suspicions, but I dare not believe them.
Well, like, I'm not going to say who it is, but when it comes to the Inhumans, there's only ever really one person who causes them trouble. So, you know, I'll give you 3 guesses, guys.
Well, do you have something to say?
Careful, though. When Ghostrider speaks, flames normally come out. Why didn't you tell us you had a brother?
I do not. Despite popular belief, Thanos is not my true father. He slaughtered my species and took me from my homeworld, kicking and screaming.
And then he turned you into his own personal weapon, right?
As he did to all his so-called children, myself and Nebula included. Some of his experiments were clearly more successful than others.
So Thane is like you then, handpicked to be one of Thanos' warriors?
No, I've never seen him before. But I have heard whispers of one true heir. Whispers Thanos himself desperately sought to silence.
If Thanos collected children, why would he want to kill his own flesh and blood?
Thanos worships death. To him, creating life is not an honor. It is an insult to his very nature.
Sounds like a real fun guy.
You have no idea. But you will soon enough.
So I'm guessing we have no need to stop off at the Inhumans gift shop and buy one of those best dad mugs for Thanos then. Alright, cool, that'll save us a little bit of time. Beast, my man! Let's get this over with.
Salutations, my tenacious teammate.
I'm not even going to comment anymore. I'm just I'm done. I'm done with Beast. You're ruining one of my favourite X-Men, guys. Come on, stop it. You seem to have developed quite an interest in Thane, Beast. Why is that? In as fewer words as possible.
Merely a hypothesis, but having the progeny of our nemesis as an ally could prove advantageous.
Do you think that the amber he generates could come in handy too?
Indeed. In fact, it might become more beneficial in our quest than you can currently comprehend. Of course, I will need to run an in-depth analysis.
There's no way we can get back to your lab at the expansion?
Fear not. I once collaborated with the Inhumans to evaluate the effects of their Terrigen Mist on my fellow mutants. Much of my equipment is still here in Attilan.
Should we leave you to your work?
Performing scientific studies on the moon isn't work. It's my furry blue dream come true.
Wow, Attilan seems to have a positive effect on Beast. Like, he only alliterated, like, I think once or twice throughout all of those sentences. I didn't want to say anything, just in case I jinxed it or reminded him. You keep studying that amber, Beast. It seems to have your mind preoccupied, and I love it. Alright, Thane, I have a few questions for you, my friend.
How can I help you?
Is your father really Thanos?
So I'm told. I've never actually met him, and I can't say I'm too upset about that fact, seeing that he tried to have me killed as soon as he found out about me.
So are you an alien like him or an Inhuman?
A bit of both. My mother was an Inhuman from the lost city of Orelon. After the Black Order decimated our colony to get to me, I had no choice but to flee here.
Do you know anything about the Infinity Stones?
Only legends, and none of them end well. If my father wants them so badly, though, I've got to believe some of them are true.
Legends can always be rewritten.
Let's hope so. Until then, I have a patient to tend to.
And with the Infinity Stones, they could quite literally be rewritten.
Where am I?
Somewhere safe. Don't try to rest.
No. Nowhere in Attilan is safe. I remember now. He's lost his twisted mind. Again.
Oh, come now, cousin. Is that any way to talk about the new king of the Inhumans?
I'll use my amber to shield Gorgon from further damage. You focus on the Alpha Primitives.
I should have known you were behind this, Maximus. Only you would dare betray our people.
I am nothing if not predictable. Isn't that right, brother? Our asylum treatment, as always. But I'll give you something to talk about. Just in case.
Medusa, all high and mighty. I knew it must have been you. Yeah, so did everyone, Medusa. Come on now. Who else is it ever?
For your sins.
Your mind is mine!
Kind of a waste of an extreme ability, but hey ho, we've got 4 sitting in the bank, so. Who's left? Ah, Hulk's making light work of him. Thanks for the assist, buddy.
You may have power, but you lack imagination. It is time that someone with true vision took the throne.
The Inhumans are the closest thing to a family I have now. I'm not a fighter, but I guess this is my battle now.
Stick with us, Thane.
This isn't the first time Maximus has tried to claim the throne from his brother. Not even close. The guy's a brilliant inventor, but he's never been quite right in the head. Still, matter not, he is family. We refuse to give up on him, even if he refuses to change his ways.
This one's for freedom.
When I saw all those guys are standing there, I couldn't help resist the fact of just to ride into them all with Ghostrider. I mean, when else are we going to have like a long stretch of road like this? He never would have forgiven me. Oh man, this guy just won't die. Oh, you enjoying yourselves down here, are you? You think it's funny watching what I did to your friend down there? Well, you guys can have a taste of it yourself. Hulk smash! They literally lined up for us. How quaint. Puny inhuman. Oh, actually, don't move on yet, team. Let me check around these corners. No goodies at all. Those corners are they all begging to hide some secrets.
You always thought I was insane, but I know exactly what I'm doing, and I relish every twisted moment.
Maximus, it doesn't have to be this way. We can help you if you let us.
By locking me away in a palace cell again? I think not.
Nope, I think so.
Fighting my own flesh and blood over and over grows tiresome. This should be an interesting change of pace. Your pathetic attempts to resist are almost adorable.
Wow, when he clicked his thumbs, his fingers then, it was really loud. Does he have an inhuman ability after all that you never knew about? Rightio, let's keep Ghostriders. Yikes, he's trying to suck us into a vortex. Let's keep Ghostriders. Extreme attack in the bank.
Pay for your sins.
Rightio, I need to start knocking down this stagger bar, kid.
Really all you've got? I've gone from mad to bored. Your turn. Your turn.
Oh man, every time I knock down his stagger bar, like I switch to one of my teammates that has like some of their ability left, and they're always like on the complete other end of the map. Yep, and of course, I used up the last of Cap's energy knocking down his stagger bar.
If you're done, I have a city to rule. Your time on the throne is about to expire.
Over here. I can generate enough amber to protect you. Stay close to me.
Yeah, so basically every time he fires off those cannons, you need to stick inside Thane's little bubble, his little amber bubble, to not take any damage. However, if you're not able to get in there in time, to switch to Captain America and use his shield to defend yourself against the damage. Come on, Thane! Oh god, I didn't think he was going to get that up in time. See, did you hear him click then? It's so loud. Oh, I didn't realise Psylocke was down the bottom there. Kind of wasted her ability a little bit. Come on, I need to get the boost back up for Cap. There we go. I think if we can take down that stagger bar one last time, Ghostrider's finisher should be able to finish him off.
Pay for your sins.
Although I didn't get the stun off, so I don't think it's going to get the job done. Especially because he just ran completely in the other direction. Oh, good job, Dave. Good job. Oh, that one worked quite well. Nearly done, Maximus. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised he's even lasted this long. Who is it that's making that noise? Is it Ghostrider or Maximus? Because either way, it's really getting annoying. Shut up! I've got to say, I am thoroughly not enjoying my trip to Attilan right now.
This one's for 3 hours.
This is done. Oh, we didn't even get to do the finishers. Knocked him on his ass before he even finished it.
Curse you.
Is it clear now who wears the crown?
Ah, well, we made light work of him, but as I say, for someone with no physical abilities, he actually lasted very long against the combined might of Captain America, Psylocke, Ghostrider, the Hulk, and Thane, son of Thanos. He actually made it quite some time, but rightio, I actually don't have that much time left on my hands, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and talk to all of these guys, and then I'm going to cut it off before we talk to Thane and get moving, because I am actually a very busy bee today, and I need to get moving. So let's go around and let's talk to everyone here on Attilan, and then I think we'll wrap things up here.
What now?
Alright, fine, don't talk to me then. Jesus, go back to space. Looks like Thane is one of the good guys after all.
Yes, he has proven himself. At least for now.
After what he just did, you still have doubts?
If Thanos' blood truly runs through his veins, it would be wise to keep a close eye on him. Especially...
Oh. let's start that conversation again. I didn't mean to skip her. I know you're a naysayer, Gamora, but Captain America has manners at least.
What? Yes, he is... If Thanos' blood truly runs through his...
Not really trusting type, are you?
No. And that may be one of the few reasons I'm still alive.
No, but that's all she had to say. I'm not gonna lie, crew. Ghostrider, I'm sure you had more fun in hell. X-Men, suppose Psylocke here would much rather go back to the exploded X-Mansion. And Hulk, I'm sure you'd just rather be anywhere than here. I am not enjoying our trip to Attilan. It has been thoroughly infuriating. Anyway, speaking of, I've just bespeeched your throne room, your kingdom. What do you have to say?
Before you say anything, just a quick reminder. Maximus is only related to me through marriage.
Nah, it's alright. I haven't enjoyed my trip to Attilan, but I still like you, Crystal. It's okay. Either way, that was some serious family drama.
Now you know why I was back on Earth with you guys when all of this went down.
As nice as the view is up here, we need to head back to Earth if we want to recover the last stone.
I can't speak for the rest of my family, but I'll be with you until the end.
Once in the Alliance, always in the Alliance.
Dear Mrs. Wilson, please excuse Kamala from her AP English homework. She was busy stopping a mad king from overthrowing a moon city.
Think that'll get you off the hook?
No, but I'm starting to learn that there are more important things in life than perfect grades.
You're absolutely right. If the Black Order wins, who's going to care if your quiz score?
Only my parents. Even if existence ends, they'll still find a way to ground me.
Some black hole opens. You see Mrs. Wilson get sucked in. You have failed! Oh, let's go speak to Black Bolt again. One last time. Sorry about your brother, Your Highness. Do you think he'll be alright? Yeah, I guess we knew that was going to be the answer already. Okay, good talk, good talk.
The kingdom of Attilan is in your debt. But Maximus was our problem to deal with, not yours.
Yeah, well, just showing that the X-Men can live and let live. You don't think we'd sit back and let Maximus take your throne, do you?
I suppose not. Yet we were less than hospitable upon your arrival. You owed us nothing.
When people are in trouble, no matter who they are, we step up to help. That's what heroes do.
Truth told, we Inhumans never asked to be heroes. When we fight, it is for the safety of our people and nothing more.
Quite similar to the X-Men, except the X-Men step up and go the extra mile. And until the stones are located and contained, your people will never truly be safe. None of us will. Oh, just leaving Medusa with that zinger. Yeah, you sit and you think about that.
Fascinated to find out what I've formulated, friend?
Yeah, but can you give it to us in writing? Have you really figured out how to neutralize the Stones Beast?
I scrutinized a sample of the amber that Thane generated to seal Gorgon's wounds earlier. Not only is it seemingly impenetrable once it encases an object, it also suspends the very laws of physics themselves.
See, look, when he gets interested about science, he stops alliterating. It's a beauty. It's a beauty. It's so nice to hear. I'm not sure I follow.
Anything trapped inside essentially becomes frozen in time. Not just the artifact itself, mind you, but any energy it generates, no matter how formidable.
Are you saying it could shield the Infinity Stones from the Black Order's detection?
Precisely. If Thane could help to entrap the final stone as well, we might yet keep them away from his dearest daddy. At least until we can devise a more permanent solution.
Do you think Thane will be willing to join us?
After the excruciating events we've just endured, how could he possibly resist?
Speaking of resisting, I'd just like to thank you, Beast, from resisting any more alliteration. I would hate to have to lobotomize you with one of these psionic spears that Cyclops holding. Maybe you felt threatened. And I gotta say, I feel good about that. But anyway, before we talk to Thane, I'm actually going to wrap things up here because I do need to get going. But next time we are back, we're going to talk to Thane and find out maybe if he has any insider information on where we can track down the last Infinity Stone. But that is something we're going to leave for next time. As for now, I'll catch you guys later. If you like this video and want to see more going forwards, please consider pressing the like button. It really helps the channel to grow. If you're new here, definitely subscribe and always push that notification bell to be notified of all future videos going forward.